Boys, so you start with your printing ink, and you're going to use a palette knife. Where do you find the palette knives in the room?
Over there.
Yeah, with the
Oh, sorry.
Can you see me?
Just your arms.
Just do my hands, if you can. So the palette knife, printing ink is a lot more tacky than acrylic paint, and it has an agent in it that keeps it from drying quick. Because the idea is that you want to roll out the ink, and then you want to roll it onto here, and you need work time. If I used acrylic paint, it would be drying as I'm doing it, and then it wouldn't print as well. So this stays wet longer. Take a little splash of ink, take your brayer, and roll it out vertically and horizontally. And you have to roll it out until it's as even as it can be. Try not to get it on the newspaper. Come on up, Brandon. Angus, come up. Try not to get it on the newspaper because that means you have too much ink if it's spreading everywhere. Hear that sound? That means it's ready. That tacky sound means you have it even, and it's probably the perfect amount. So did I decide on the cat or the turtle?
The turtle.
The turtle, okay. Alright. So put your piece on the newspaper. I'm actually going to move this because if I make a mistake, I want to be able to get rid of it. And get that sound going. It's even. Has anybody ever painted a room in their house with a roller? Okay, has that same sound. And then start rolling your block. Be careful to get all the sides of it. And if you accidentally go like this and hit the newspaper, you don't have to clean up yet, but before you put the paper on it, you have to move it. So I'll do it again on the side, which is not a big deal. What is a big deal is if you put a really expensive piece of paper on your block and it hits this over here, makes your paper messy. So be mindful of that. That's the sound you need. If you don't have that sound, it means you have too much ink. You might take the palette and scrape some off and put it back in. Okay? And then I don't want that messy part there. So I just take my paper and I just fold it so I don't have to see it. And it won't mess up my paper. Now people think it's a stamp and they're tempted to put the paper down and put the block on top, but this stays on the bottom. You take your newsprint because it's approved. You set it up. You drop it. I use the back of my hand because I feel like I need to feel it and make sure that I'm hitting every corner, and then systematically do from left to right or right to left or from the top to the bottom. Because if you miss a corner, you'll be upset if it's a good print but you miss a corner. If you're going to use a spoon, it's more like that. I feel like that makes it more difficult for me. I feel like if I feel it, I know it's right, so I don't use that. And then you pull your print. You ready? I'll pull it this way so you can see it. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's upside down, but that's all right. And that's your print. Isn't that cool? Do you see how gutsy that student was to do it in the reverse? This is what you need to do today. Every single one of you will pull one print. You will write your name in the corner. And this is important. You're going to write your name. I'm going to write Chadwick / proof. And then you're going to stick a tack in it and hang it up on that bulletin board over there. And then between your group, you are going to wash your brayer, your Z-plate, and your block, and your palette knife. Whoa.
Should I end it now?
Yeah. Any questions before we end it? Any questions? So do you have enough information? You can do this. If you finish this early, I want you to get out a laptop. I hate to say it, I have a blog that you have to go to. Oh. Okay, good. All right, go to it.